How many times have you found yourself sitting back, watching others chase after their dreams while you stay in the same place, telling yourself, one day, maybe I'll get there? Let me tell you something, one day is a fantasy. That day is never going to come unless you make it come. If you don't actively go after what you want, if you don't take that first step, you're going to be stuck in the same position, wondering what could have been. Your dreams, your desires, they don't come to you by accident. They won't just fall into your lap if you keep waiting for them. They demand action. Life isn't a spectator sport. This isn't a game where you just show up, hope for the best, and wait for something magical to happen. No, this is your life. This is your chance, your opportunity, and every moment you let slip by without taking that step forward, you're robbing yourself of a future you could have. If you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. And that's the brutal truth. You have to move. You have to go after it with everything you've got. The power to make your dreams a reality is in your hands, and it starts with the simple decision to go after it right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Look, I get it. It's scary. The unknown is terrifying. You're not sure if you're ready, if you have what it takes, or if you'll be able to pull it off. But let me tell you something, you're never going to be fully ready. That perfect moment, that perfect situation, it's not out there waiting for you to walk into it. That's not how this works. If you're waiting for the perfect time to make your move, you're going to be waiting forever. The truth is, there is no perfect time. The time is now, and every moment you wait, you're giving that perfect time to someone else who's out there taking action. There's a powerful idea that most people don't realize: you control your destiny by the choices you make. Every single day you're making choices. And each choice you make either moves you closer to your goals or keeps you stuck in the same spot. If you want something, you need to make the decision to chase it. You need to stop holding back. Because in this world there are two types of people: those who go after what they want, and those who sit back and let life pass them by. Which one are you going to be? Think about it. You're living a one-of-a-kind life, one that nobody else can live for you. This is your journey. But that journey doesn't just unfold by itself. You have to make it happen. You have to rise up and fight for what's yours, and I'm not talking about fighting with anyone else. I'm talking about fighting against the fear, the doubts, the insecurities that hold you back. They're the ones stopping you from reaching the life you deserve. But guess what? They're just illusions. They only have power if you let them. When you decide to go after what you want, you're choosing to step into the arena of life where anything is possible. You're choosing to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. It's not going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But guess what? You're not everybody. You're someone who's willing to get up and do what it takes. And the beautiful thing is, every step you take, every action you make, brings you closer to your dreams. Sure, there will be bumps along the way. You're going to face setbacks. You'll get knocked down. But the key is to get back up. Every time you rise, you get stronger. Every time you face fear, you gain courage. The people who succeed aren't the ones who never face challenges. They're the ones who keep pushing through even when everything tells them to quit. The world is full of dreamers who never make it, not because they didn't have what it takes, but because they didn't take action. They thought about what they wanted. They hoped for it. They wished for it. But they never made a move. But you're not like that. You're going to take that first step. You're going to go after what you want, even if it means stepping into the unknown, even if it means facing rejection or failure. Because let me tell you this, failure isn't the end. It's just the beginning of your success. Every time you fail, you learn. Every mistake you make is a lesson you can use to get better. So don't fear failure. Fear sitting still. Fear not taking that chance. Look at the greats in any field, in business, sports, entertainment, science. Every single one of them went after what they wanted. They didn't sit back waiting for the perfect moment. They created the moment by acting. By taking that first step, they were on their way to greatness. And that's what you have to understand. Greatness isn't reserved for a special few. It's available to everyone who's willing to take the leap, who's willing to keep moving forward no matter what. But here's the key: you can't be afraid to get uncomfortable. If you're waiting for life to hand you everything on a silver platter, forget it. Nothing great ever came from comfort zones. You have to push yourself past the fear, past the uncertainty, and dare to go after what you want. Think about this: when you wake up every day, you've got two choices. You can either stay in bed, let life pass you by, and wonder what if, or you can stand up, take that first step, and make things happen. The choice is yours. And this isn't just about big dreams either. This applies to everything, whether it's getting that job you've been eyeing, starting a business, making a change in your health, or simply deciding to make your voice heard. If you don't go after what you want, you're telling life, I'm okay with what I have. And that's fine if you're happy with where you are, but if you're not, you have to change something. I don't wait for the world to hand you your dreams. Take them. The time is now. Make the decision. Go after what you want, or you'll always be left wondering what if. You've got one life to live. Make it count. Don't settle for less than what you deserve. Get up, take that step, and start moving toward everything you've ever wanted. Because if you don't go after it, you'll never have it. But if you do, the possibilities are endless. Are you ready? Let's make it happen. The answer is a no if you don't ask. But if you ask, the world opens up to you. Listen closely. If you don't ask, the answer is always going to be a no. It doesn't matter what you're hoping for, dreaming of, or waiting on. If you keep your thoughts inside your head and your desires buried in your heart, without ever asking for what you need or want, you are guaranteeing yourself a no before you even begin. The only way to change that is to speak up, take the leap, and ask for what you deserve. Asking is where everything begins. It's the opening act. It's the key that unlocks the door to new opportunities, new experiences, and new possibilities. We live in a world where people often hesitate, where fear of rejection and doubt paralyze them from reaching out. Maybe you're afraid that you'll be judged, that you'll be seen as demanding, or that someone will think you're being too bold or forward. But let me tell you this: the only people who don't get what they want are the ones who are too afraid to ask for it. And you're better than that. You've got to break free from that fear. The truth is, asking isn't about begging or pleading. It's about claiming what's yours and opening the door to your next step. Think about it: how many times have you wanted something, but didn't ask for it? A job opportunity, a favor, help with a project, a chance to collaborate, maybe even support in your personal life. You let that moment slip by, thinking maybe next time. But here's the thing: next time might never come. If you don't ask when the opportunity presents itself, you're leaving it on the table, and chances are, someone else who isn't afraid to ask will swoop in and take it. The world is full of people waiting to give you what you need, but they're not going to know what you want if you don't ask. And even more importantly, they're not going to offer it up unless you show them that you're ready to receive it. Think about the people you admire, the ones who seem to have it all figured out. You know what they all have in common? They ask. They ask for opportunities. They ask for help. They ask for what they need in relationships, in business, in life. And that's how they get ahead. Asking is the difference between standing still and moving forward. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Without it, you're just waiting for things to fall into your lap, and that doesn't happen for anyone. The world doesn't owe you anything, but it will give you everything you want if you have the courage to ask for it. You might be thinking, but what if I'm rejected? What if they say no? Let me ask you this: what happens if you don't ask at all? The answer is simple: you get nothing. You stay exactly where you are. Rejection is part of the journey. It doesn't define you. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's just part of the process. Every no you receive brings you closer to a yes. Every time someone tells you no, it's a step toward finding the person or opportunity that says yes. And you know what? You learn and grow in the process. Rejection isn't the end of the road, it's just a detour on the way to success. So don't fear it. Embrace it. Take it as a lesson and move on to the next opportunity. Think about how much potential is locked up inside you, waiting to be unleashed. There are opportunities out there that could change your life, but you'll never know what they are until you ask. Don't assume you know the answer before you even ask the question. Don't decide for someone else what they can or can't offer you. Give them the chance to say yes. Give yourself the opportunity to receive what's waiting for you. Every time you ask, you expand the boundaries of what you thought was possible. It doesn't matter if it's a big ask or a small one. Whether it's asking for a raise, asking for advice, asking for a chance to lead a project, or even asking for support in your personal life, if you don't ask, you're shutting the door before it has a chance to open. Imagine the world you could create for yourself if you started asking for everything you wanted. Think about the conversations you've been holding back, the questions you've been afraid to ask, the opportunities you've let slip away because you didn't speak up. Each time you ask, you step into your power. You take control of your life and say, I deserve this, and I'm going after it. Here's a powerful thought. The only thing standing between you and what you want is your willingness to ask for it. You can keep waiting, but waiting doesn't get results. Action does. And the action here is simple: ask. Whether it's asking for help when you need it, asking for guidance when you feel lost, or asking for an opportunity when the door is cracked open, ask. Because asking is where your power begins. You know, some of the greatest breakthroughs in history have come from someone simply asking a question. Think about the world-changing inventions, discoveries, and innovations. They all started with a simple question, a what if, or why not? And that question led to action, which led to progress. That's how change happens. It doesn't happen by sitting back and waiting for someone to hand you the answers. It happens when you take that first step and ask the question. It happens when you refuse to stay silent. Ask for what you want. Ask for what you deserve. Ask for the life you know is possible for you. When you ask, you step into your power, and you let the world know that you're ready. So don't hold back. Don't let fear keep you from reaching out and claiming what's yours. The world is full of people who are waiting to say yes to you. You just have to give them the opportunity. Ask and see how doors start opening up. Ask and watch the world change before your eyes. Because if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. But if you ask, the world opens up to you. Are you ready to ask? Then go ahead, start right now. Step forward or stay stuck. The choice is yours. If you don't take that step forward, you're going to stay exactly where you are. Think about it. You can dream all you want, you can plan, you can wish, but if you never move, you're never going to see any real change. Action is the only thing that leads to transformation. Stepping forward, even when it's hard, even when it feels uncomfortable, is the key to growth. Staying where you are might feel safe, but it's not the path to progress. Comfort doesn't lead to success. Comfort doesn't bring you the life you've been dreaming of. You've got to make a choice. Do you want to stay stuck, or do you want to move forward? Life doesn't wait for anyone. It doesn't hold back. It doesn't give you second chances. If you keep putting things off, if you keep hesitating, life moves on without you. The people who succeed are the ones who don't sit around waiting for a perfect moment. They create those moments by taking action, by stepping forward, even when they don't have all the answers. Action creates momentum, and momentum is what will carry you to your dreams. I know it's hard. I know that fear can paralyze you, that doubt can creep in and make you question if you're ready, if you're good enough, if you'll succeed. But guess what? You'll never know unless you take that step. The truth is, you don't need to have everything figured out right away. You don't need to have a map of every turn in the road. The only thing you need is the courage to start, the courage to take that first step. That's where it all begins. The moment you decide to move forward, no matter how small the step, is the moment everything begins to shift. Think about the times in your life when you've had to make a change. Whether it was a new job, moving to a new place, or taking on a challenge that seemed impossible at first. Did it get easier once you took that first step? Of course it did. Every step after that was easier because you were no longer paralyzed by fear or indecision. The hardest part is always the beginning. Once you move forward, you start to build confidence, you start to see the possibilities, and you realize that the only thing holding you back was you. If you continue to stay stuck, you're choosing a life of what ifs. You're choosing to sit on the sidelines while others take their shot. But here's the kicker: The people who get what they want aren't the ones who never experience fear. They're the ones who feel the fear, but they do it anyway. They take that first step and push through the discomfort. And every time they do, they get closer to their dreams. You can't expect things to change if you keep doing the same thing. You can't stay in the same place thinking the same thoughts and expect to grow. I've said it before, and I'll say it again, growth happens outside your comfort zone. Nothing great happens when you're playing it safe. When you step forward, you open yourself to new opportunities, new lessons, and new connections that can completely transform your life. You might not have all the answers, but guess what? You don't need them. What you need is the courage to step forward, even if you don't have everything figured out. The answers come as you move forward. The path becomes clearer when you're actually on it. When you choose to stay stuck, you're letting fear dictate your life. You're letting doubt control your decisions. You're telling yourself, I can't. But I'm here to tell you that you can. You can take that step forward. You can make the decision to go after what you want. And once you do, you'll realize that the fear you had was just an illusion, a story you told yourself that kept you from moving. Once you push past it, you'll see that the world is full of opportunities waiting for you to take them. Now, I get it. The unknown is scary. The thought of leaving behind the comfort of the familiar, of stepping into the unknown, can feel like the hardest thing in the world. But let me tell you this, nothing changes if you keep standing still. You have to take the leap. You have to take the risk. If you don't, the same problems, the same challenges, the same frustrations will keep coming up again and again. They'll stay with you until you decide to move forward. There's a saying that goes, you can't cross a sea by standing and staring at the water. In other words, you can't reach new heights without stepping into the unknown. You can't experience the rewards of progress without putting in the work and making those tough decisions. The longer you wait, the more you miss out on. The longer you stay in the same place, the more opportunities pass you by. When you step forward, you create new possibilities. You open doors that you didn't even know were there. You see the world differently. You discover strengths and capabilities you never knew you had. And here's the thing, nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody is going to come along and drag you out of your comfort zone. This is your life, and it's up to you to take action. The power is in your hands. You have the ability to create the life you want, but only if you're willing to take the first step. Every successful person, every leader, every change maker has had to face that moment when they had to choose, stay stuck or move forward. And they all made the same choice. They took that step. They moved forward into the unknown. So now it's your turn. Step forward or stay stuck. The choice is yours. The future is waiting for you. What are you going to do about it? So here we are. We've talked about the 3 simple rules that can change everything for you. First, if you don't go after what you want, you'll never have it. You have to take action. You have to pursue your dreams relentlessly. And you have to create the moments you've been waiting for. Second, if you don't ask, the answer is always no. Don't be afraid to ask for what you deserve, whether it's help, opportunities, or answers. Asking is the key that unlocks every door. And third, if you don't step forward, you'll always be in the same place. You have to move. You have to take risks, face fear, and embrace the unknown in order to grow, evolve, and reach new heights. The truth is, the life you want is already within your reach, but it's up to you to grab it. It's up to you to step up and take what's yours. No one is going to hand it to you. It's all about deciding to go after it, asking for what you need, and stepping forward into action. So I challenge you today, stop waiting for the perfect moment. The time is now. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Don't let hesitation rob you of the life you deserve. Go after what you want, ask for what you need, and take that step forward, because only then will you unlock the full potential of your life. The world is waiting for you to make your move. So what are you waiting for? The next chapter starts now.